Hello there. Welcome to my orchard videos. I'm George. Well, today I'm going to be doing a little lesson on the types of peach tree pruning styles. There's many styles. A person can train their peaches to grow either center leader, open vase, and different styles and that such. So I'll be doing a sketch form on paper, and then we'll go out into the field, and I'll show these practices that I've done. Okay, alright, let's do it. Hello there, welcome back. Well, I'm going to show various peach training styles that are people have been using for the last 20 years or so. There's a lot of people, or a lot of growers have been planting peaches and same density as apples, super spindle, and also been planting the trees in 10. Some of the spacing is between 2 feet. Here's the peach trees are here, and they're 2 feet apart. 2 feet apart, and then in the tree row itself, it's 10 feet apart. So in a tree row that is 10. In this style, 2 feet apart, you want to go a center leader peach tree. Here's your tree. So center leader goes straight up. So you want to space your branches like a Christmas tree. So you want to have your branch here, there, and they're staggered, right? I am an artist, but not at the moment. Okay, there's your main tree. Okay, so if you're going to just hold on a minute, I gotta turn the radio down. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so if you're doing high density peaches, you want to go to a center leader tree, because with the spacing, if you would take the spacing, the 2 foot spacing, you don't have much room to grow the tree, so you obviously want to go center leader. But and also your branches are going to be like, here's your row like this, and your branches are going to be in the row, or like in the row, but they have to be short, because if you're 10 feet in here, your branch is too long, then you can't get through the tractor. Or some guys are using how they're called platforms. So I mean, if this is your row, peach row, so you want to grow your branches fairly short, maybe about a foot, maybe a foot to 2 feet. So your branch will be like this, and also they're going to be, your branches are also going to be in the tree row itself. But you know, and also your trees are obviously your trees going to be the same height as your tree row, which is 10 feet. So this is going with super spindle. Excuse me. Going with super spindle is a very cost-effective way. The startup is very expensive, of course, to get all those trees planted in density of 2 by 10. So, but there's a lot of advantages to this style of pruning. I mean, it's easy to prune, it's easy to maintain, it's easy to pick. but you need more trees per acre to get that production, right? So so this is the way. So the branches are very, very small, 1 to 2 feet, to 2 foot, the length of the branch. And you want to stagger them, like I said. And it's very simple. I mean, same thing. You leave like obviously you have your first year wood and then your second year wood, and you want to leave the pencil wood, like I've said in my previous videos. But the problem with this style is you may not get the best wood all the time, right? Because you're always cutting back all the time, cutting back, because you're always concentrating on the 1 to 2 foot branch, right? So this is one of the styles that a lot of guys are using for super spindle peach tree plantings. So I mean, in my opinion, if it was me doing it, I would not do it this way. It's not the way I like to grow peaches, but some guys like doing it that way, and some people may like it this way. Okay. So get a piece of paper here. Okay. Now your other style of peach trees are this right here, is your open vase. Okay. A tree like this, and you have 4 leaders. Okay. This is how a lot of guys do it. This is open vase, and some guys actually do it. Actually have a center leader in here too. But this is the most common, the 4 liter tree. What the hell is going on up there? Sorry, I have someone who lives upstairs and they're acting kind of weird. Anyways, this is your 4 liter tree. This is the most common. They call this open umbrella. I don't know how you spell umbrella now, but it's open center. So, and the trees kind of grow like this, and this is probably the most common. And a lot of guys plant these anywhere from 15 by 15, 10 by 15, 10 by 13. Closest I've seen it was 5 by 10. I have this style of tree planted in 10 by 15, and it works really good. And I give the trees about 10 foot tall, and open center is the way to go for me, and that's the way I like to do it. So if you do it this way, you have many options. Okay, and as you know, when I was talking about pencil wood, you have pencil wood like this, like that, and then when your tree goes up, your tree started growing, right? You can start heading off your tree like that. And the same thing, you have little branches on the bottom, the branches, other branches, short branches like that. So your tree stays very productive, right? So as your tree grows, you start, the branches going wise like this, okay? Y shape like this. So as the tree grows, you can say this be like the first year goes out this way and that way, and then if the branch going this way, like, I mean, a lot of guys, what they don't like branches going in, it's going out, but sometimes you don't have an option, so you have to go in like that. So when you get a Y, it depends on where this other branch is here, you can take it back and go out like this again. So you're always renewing the wood and always getting the best pencil wood in here. So in the stuff here too, the bottom stuff too, same thing. You can head it, if it's going like this and going like that, it goes, Sometimes, what I do a lot of times, I leave two branches because I like that V, right? A lot of guys, sometimes a lot of people will take out this branch and leave this one here. It depends on if you like a lot of production in your orchard or not. I like high production, and I tend to leave a little more wood than most people. But it's all up to you, what you like. So when you're pruning, you're always constantly going up in a Y. You're always looking for your pencil wood. You're always training your tree to break off into Ys. You might notice that when you're growing a peach tree, how the tree grows. You know, the tree is always like this, right? The branches are always going Ys all the time. So your branches start growing. You just break off into Ys like this, and basically the whole tree with a bunch of Ys on top of it. And it's all good pencil wood. And basically the tree will grow, and you have one like this, and then go up here, and it'll go like that, and like this, like that, and so forth. But you want to try to keep your height to whatever height your row is. I mean, if your row is 15 feet, then you prune your tree at 15 feet. But if you want to keep them below to 10 feet, between 8 and 10 feet is pretty much ideal, in my opinion. I mean, there may be other people's opinions, but the problem is too, when you get a tree that is too high, the problem is you lose all this bottom growth, and you have lots of stuff on top. And I have one of those problems with one of my blocks too, that the trees are 15 feet tall, but there's nothing on the bottom. They're all bare. So all your fruit is up here in the main top scaffold. So when you try to bring the trees down, to 10 feet, you cut them down to here. So this is the 15-foot mark up here. Okay, and bring them down to 10. Right? There's nothing here. So you have to basically go down and train them down again, and go down to these other branches here that have a good pencil wood. The problem is, by taking them down too much the first year, you end up with nothing. If you had a cold year, all your buds freeze off. So if you're planting your orchard, I would suggest going 10 foot high and no more, because you end up with a problem. You'll go up and up and up and up, and all your branches on the bottom will die off. So you want to keep them about 8 to 10 feet, and keep this style too. And you always have branches on the bottom, up on the lower scaffold of the tree, also on top. And you always look for the Ys in the tree. You always want Ys like this. So some people call them X's, some people call them Ys. I call them Ys. They're always shaped like a Y, right? So this is open vase, and this is a 4-liter. Okay. There also something I'll be experimenting with this year is a 2-liter tree, a true V tree. Okay. How about this flip pen here today? I think it sucks. Anyways, this is a 2-liter V tree. Okay. I'm doing a hedge on my property, sorta, and you can grow these trees either way. You can grow them in the tree row like this tree row here, and all the V's are in here, or you can grow them like this. Adjust my camera here. You can grow them like this. Down the tree row. So you drive the tractor here, and the branches are going out like this. That, right? What a lot of guys have been doing is they have this on post and wire, and they run 2x4 across the top here for training. That's more work, in my opinion. If you want to do it that way, they call it a trellis system. It's very similar to grapes. But you know, if you want to do it that way, you can. I don't have any experience in growing it with a trellis. But anyways, this is the way I'm gonna go, and the you know, this is gonna be my row, and the V is gonna be like this. Here's the trunk. You know, so the V's are going to be in the row because I want the hedge, right? So the pruning style is very similar to the open vase, right? You just don't have 4 liters, you have 2 liters. So you want your branches down here, bottom scaffold, right? But you know, and then when the trees start winding off, and with a Y here, and then you know, eventually, you know, just keep going doing the Y's in there, right? But you don't want them too wide either. If your trees are 10 foot apart, you don't want. I mean, you want some of these branches touching, but not too many. You know, that's one of the problems I have with the 10 by 15, is the trees are growing into each other, which is very famous of peaches doing anyway. They get like a big canopy in there, and the trees growing like a canopy, almost like a greenhouse type thing, right? So you just all fill in here and fill in there, and then you end up with a lot of problems because you end up with problems with bacteria and fungus and more insects, more damage and such. But you know, this is why we have sprayers. So you know, you have to watch on how you prune, and you don't want your trees all tangled into each other. You basically have to use your own judgment and prune enough to make the trees be productive and also look fairly decent. So but this is the way I'm going to go with it. 10 foot apart. Well, actually, where I'm planting it there, it's going to be roughly about 10 by 10, really. So, anyways, yeah. So, same thing. You know, just keep going with your Y's, and here eventually you'll have the hedge, right? Hedge like this, and this to be all full here, right? Like to be all very productive in here, and such, and just keep doing more with the Y's in here. So you just keep on doing the Y in your branches, right? You get one year, then you get one called this way, go that way. You just keep on keeping your trees very productive, and just keep on pruning back your pencil wood back down to half. Say if your branch is 2 foot long, you bring it down, or if your branch is a foot long, you bring it down to 6 inch. You know, 6 inches. This is the gauge I use. I also use for painting too. But anyways, if you go too short, I see some guys they say if your branch is like pencil wood, right? Here's your branch, right? And you have your little stub like this. Well, what happens when you get froze out? You get nothing. You have a bigger branch like this. Here's your main branch. Here's your pencil wood. You leave it 6 inches. You have more options. So less chance of if you do get burned out. See if you get frost damage. At least you have some buds there for making fruit for this year. Each to his own. Right, 6 inch is where I like to leave my sticks at, off the main branch. This will be your pencil wood. First, last year's pencil wood is what you want to keep. So that being said, you know, you're always renewing, and you still keep the 10 foot. It's very simple. Peach pruning is probably one of the most simplest and most forgiving trees you can have, because peaches, the way they grow, you always get new wood all the time. But if you do this system with apples, you're screwed. It totally different system. So I like explaining how to prune peaches and apricots because this is the way I know how to do it, and I'm very successful with the way I prune my peaches. So I've pruned acres and acres and acres of peaches and never had a problem. My camera likes to conk out on me. And I'm running out of minutes here. Okay, so anyways, I want to break this up probably into a couple of different sessions too, and I'm going to be doing a little walk around probably tomorrow Sunday. I'm going to show the first system, the center leader, the system here, and these two other styles. I don't have this style. I have this style. I've been thinking I'm going to be doing it, but I don't have it pruned yet. So we'll go through these styles tomorrow and do a little bit of talk and chat with it, and you can see what I'm talking about. Anyways, hopefully you find this little video very informative, and if you have any questions on what you've seen today, please feel free to leave me a comment in the message, and leave me a comment in the leave me a message in the comments below area. Okay, thanks for watching my video, and stay tuned for more interesting pruning videos. Right, thanks for watching, and bye for now.